I always sleep better after something is resolved. And while Brayden's last words labeled me as the prosecutor, the prosecutor? Labeled me as the protector, somehow I'm the one who feels safe as he nuzzles up against me. I dream of tomorrow. I can almost smell the water. The cool breeze across my cheek. The sand between my toes as the deep waves of sleep crash over me. Where's Brayden? We didn't wake up next to our cute little Twinkie. I shift quietly in bed, stretching out comfortably before immediately realizing I'm alone. My eyes flash open to an empty dorm room and my anxiety spikes. I visually search the room and see no evidence of anything. Even my clothes are gone. Your clothes? Why are your clothes gone? Are they playing some trick on me? Hiding my clothes like a bunch of frat boys? Did they leave without me? Did Brayden pretend he was okay with everything and then quietly sneak off into the night like this was some semester-long one-night stand? The door clicks and Brayden enters. It takes my eyes a second to adjust and realize that he's wearing my clothes. Wait, what the heck? Oh hey, you woke up. Yeah. About time, I just got done putting my bed back together. I fumble for words, realizing that I haven't seen Brayden wear my clothes since we went shopping. The difference here is that the outfit is a little more revealing. I can sort of hear him talking, but it sounds hollow as I space out, my mind flashing back to the changing room, and how much I wanted to kiss him. Zach? Oh yeah, sup? You're totally checking me out right now, aren't you? Ugh! He thinks he's so cute. He thinks he's so desirable. I hate him. Ugh. No. He can keep them? Ugh. You didn't hear a word I just said. Yeah, I have bad hearing. Probably from the water in my ear. Shut the F up. You don't have freaking water in your ear. It's probably cum in his ear. You probably shot it all the way over there. You like the open sleeveless look? I nod. I haven't worn one of these in forever. Wait, you're stealing my shirt now? Nah, you can have it back. Although I do like it. It totally smells like you. Ugh, you're disgusting. Oh, oh, oh. I blush. But I got my own. I got a tank from high school I may wear. I just gotta find it. You need to get ready though. Mikhail's probably already on his way over here. Why is he even wearing our clothes in the first place? I don't get it. Brayden is freaky? Ugh. Well, give me back my clothes so I can go piss. Alrighty, I don't know what Brayden's doing here. I don't know what his big idea is. Brayden drops his shorts with nothing underneath. Ew, you're freeballing in our clothes? Dude was effing freeballing in my shorts. Yeah. Zach be smelling musty AF? Zach? What? Is he making sure we're staring at him while he takes off his clothes? What, Brayden? What do you want? Sorry. No, you're not. Go get ready. What? God, I hate him. Yo, what is he doing now? First of all, get your damn flip-flops, sandals off the goddamn bed, you damn animal, and stop looking at us like that. Ugh. By the time I come back from the bathroom, Brayden is already dressed. He's sporting a blue tank top, that I'm sorta digging in a naughty-ass way. Damn, I like the shirt. Thanks. I haven't worn it since high school. Guess since I bulked up, it'll probably look better. It does. What are they doing? Are they about to slow dance? Brayden steps towards me as I toss my towel aside. Yeah. Yeah. Marco! Wait, was that Mikhail? Sounded like him. Is he effing Marco Polo in our hallway? Probably. Guess he doesn't know which room it is from the inside. I step into the hallway and wave him down. Mikhail enters the room and his eyes dance around. He can probably smell the cum in the air. So this is what your crap looks like. Welcome to our humble abode. Yeah, I've been over in this building a few times, but it's been a while. Lot of fun and memories over here. I look over at Brayden with a smirk. Yeah, there were memories everywhere last night. Dude! What's up, B-Dog? Mikhail and Brayden exchange a smile and a fist bump. You sure about this? Yeah, let's do it. I'm actually stoked to hang out with you guys for the day. I like the tank too. It looks good on you. Oh, thanks, man. Well, you guys ready to go? I am if you guys are. So, what's the plan? If you want, I can pull the car around if you guys wanna prep stuff. Sure, that works. Like, so is Brayden just taking us along, or is he gonna be picking up more people? Because I don't think didn't he have like a he didn't have like a big car, didn't he? Did he? Mikhail, stop hitting on our BF. We can have him. Brayden manages to pull the car around, finding a spot that's fairly close and only a short walk from the dorm. Did you bring the stuff? I mean, did you bring the swim trunks and stuff? Oh crap! Really? I'm kidding, relax. I got both you guys. I'll show you when we get there. They're not super short, right? Nah, you're good. I got a few other surprises too, but we'll save all that. We reach Brayden's car, and I get pure satisfaction of seeing Mikhail share the same reaction I did. Oh crap, is that your ride? Yeah, just throw this stuff in the back. Mikhail raises an eye. Oops, I didn't actually read that. Mikhail raises an eyebrow and I smirk in return. It doesn't take long to load up the car and we climb inside. You guys ready for a day at the beach? Yeah, think we are. You forgot Brayden is our sugar daddy? Well, remember, because we can't piss off our sugar daddy. Yeah, let's do this. Brayden pulls out of the parking lot, and the dorm slowly disappears into the rearview mirror. We've been driving for 40 minutes, the concrete jungle a distant memory as we traverse through waves of verdant trees. The morning sun is still rising as I sigh in my seat. I relax in the fresh summer breeze as the aroma of petrichor brewed with the forest of fir trees tickle my senses. My body churns with nervous passion, the embers of newborn flame flickering in my chest, despite the chilling frost-like spray of the car's air conditioner. I fought with the window up and down for most of the ride, trying to find a comfortable way to offset my erratic internal heat. Overthinking and anxiety always makes my body temperature bipolar as heck. At this point, I can't tell if I'm nervous about the day's festivities or if there's some kind of electronic heater in this effing seat that's been broiling my ass for the past 30 minutes. Is Zach a poet or something? He tries to be. He's spoiled. Brayden is spoiled. Growing up, my parents couldn't afford nice vehicles. We had a dilapidated old minivan with all the luxuries and amenities of a covered wagon. I was 15 before I realized you don't turn the car's heater on by pounding on the dashboard. But right now, the last thing I want to do is draw attention to some more subpar experiences in life. Particularly when Brayden's family owns a profitable business and Mikhail's family is a doctor. Father is a doctor. So I pretended to ride in bliss as my whole pants into the custom stitched leather. What is he saying? What in the world? I have no idea what that's about. I stare at Brayden. It's getting increasingly harder not to. Are they not talking in the car? Are they all just dead silent? When you're in such a confined space like this, you begin to notice the smallest details about those around you. The way his nose twitches, how he scrunches his eyes to refocus them. It's those tiny details that tell you way more about someone than they're willing to say out loud sometimes. It gives me time to consider that maybe that's how Brayden and Mikhail cut through my abrasive exterior so easily. When you take the time to actually pay attention to people that you care about, it's really hard not to notice the body language they try so desperately to disguise. Brayden turns and smiles, sticking his tongue out playfully, and I smirk before shifting my eyes away as my face flushes. You're not cute, Brayden. My thoughts begin to drift, lingering on our conversation yesterday. Despite me trying to be there for him, Brayden felt totally alone. My way of processing my own inner turmoil with Mikhail had inadvertently ostracized Brayden from feeling like he can share his secrets with me. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. I'd hate for him to talk to his wrestling buddies about the private crap I tell him, but like he said, they weren't really his friends. What is friendship? Those lines have become so blurred for me lately that I couldn't say for sure. As a kid, friends are companions you run around with or play sports with. Maybe you share classes together or live in the same neighborhood. But the more I grow into adulthood, I'm beginning to see another level of intimacy. Not sexual intimacy, but the kind that you can't communicate adequately through words. There's an undeniable bond there. It's like I want to exchange a nod and take on the whole world with these two guys. This entire college experience is making me question everything. And not because of the education. It's the life experiences, but maybe that's just growing up. Brayden and I spend so much time together, why shouldn't I be able to talk to him? Especially if it deals with us. And the time I spend with Mikhail, hell, I lucked out having him as a swim partner, even if he did orchestrate the entire thing. Oh yeah, that's right, he did pull some strings. I forgot that. As much as I'd hate to admit it, Brayden needs Mikhail, even if it's not me. Mikhail helped me sort through who I am better than I ever could. Sometimes you just need someone to lay it all out for you. Call you out on your crap, because it's easy to get lost in your own thoughts and bouts. It's even easier to flat out lie to yourself. Yeah, Nah, Brayden's been lying to himself for a long time. He's lying to us too. With all the talk of sexuality in the world today, it's hard to argue that it's not a huge part of who you are, especially when you're so unsure about it. But it's not everything, and I'm really trying hard to convince myself it's okay not to define me. There's gotta be more to our identity than who or what we're attracted to. And for some strange reason, I seem to slowly be getting more comfortable with not being the norm. And while I welcome the possibility of Brayden's attraction to me, there's another part of me that worries for him. Will he struggle as much as on that road as I have? And if he does, would I really want that for him? A part of me just thinks that I should suffer in silence. Let the dude seek out the girl of his dreams. I can't deny the way that I feel about him just complicates things further for both of us. Small PP energy to the max. It's obvious that Brayden's questions show that he isn't sure of who he is yet. Hell, I'm not sure of what he is yet. Yeah, I don't know what he is either. Finally, Zach and I can agree on something. That's for him to figure out, and I understand him wanting to do that by himself, rather than have someone else tell him who he is. But I do think he needs someone to talk to, and if not me, then who? God, look at his eyes. Zach's eyes are literally about to fall out of his head. You know, it's amazing how much time you guys spend trying to pretend like you don't like each other. Jesus! Brayden, pay attention to the road. Brayden grabs the steering wheel in terror, both of us almost forgetting that Mikhail was still sitting quietly in the back seat. And then they swerved off into the forest, fell down a cliff, they're all dead. What, couldn't the game end here like that? There's not many things in life more embarrassing than when someone catches you making stupid faces at someone you're really interested in. Do you mind not trying to kill us, Mikhail? I think I just peed myself a little. I breathe deeply, steadying my nerves. The near-death experience of Brayden pile driving the car off-road into a tree causes my heart to protest angrily in my chest. Come on, you've been sharing sex glances for the past half hour. What did you expect me to do? I feel myself involuntarily flush. Sit quietly and eat your chips. I try to shrug it off, not wanting to seem like a nervous wreck in front of Brayden. Mikhail has that way of normalizing everything I feel sometimes. It's probably good for me, but sometimes I'm not ready to hear it. They're good. Want one? I'm good. Coach has me on a new diet so I don't F up my weight class. I watch Brayden shift nervously in his seat, trying to get comfortable again. It's weird. How can you lose yourself in a moment, in a person, and completely block out the world around you? If Mikhail hadn't scared the living crap out of me, I probably could have spent this entire drive just staring at Brayden in silence, and overthinking crap in the fairy tale land of status quo. So this silent drive is thrilling and all, but some music wouldn't hurt. Yeah, I could go for some tunes, man. I like how they didn't even have the radio on. You can't, this system's broken. Well, there you go. Crap, guess we won't be raving to some Kylie then. Apparently everyone's shocked at that. Dude, I love cheesy pop as much as the next guy, but you're like an effing hermit. How do you even know who Kylie is? I have my brother's old MP4 player. I kept a lot of his stuff on there after he was gone. Early 2000 music is lit. Sometimes I look at you and I can't help but involuntarily shake my head. You know, Brayden, sometimes I look at you and I I think it would be better if we weren't roommates, if I never met you, you know? Can we pull over and kick him out here? You think you missed something in Starfighter? Why am I making a puberty squeak voice instead of Yoichi's? Why would I be making Yoichi's voice? I'm doing the puberty voice for Kane, because he's annoying. And he maybe hasn't hit puberty yet. It's like you are built with spare parts in a laboratory somewhere. Nothing about you makes any type of consistent sense at all. Kylie, MP4 player, I feel like I've gone back in time and I hate it. F off. You know I'm just effing with you guys. But are you, Zach? Or do you finally know the real you? Busted. I'm a fluorescent F-boy that raves out to crappy techno and gets high on drugs bought in a dimly lit back alley. No matter what happens today, I can already tell it's gonna be perfect. We haven't even started yet and I've already heard Zach say F-boy. I roll my eyes and smirk, still not used to the two of them ganging up on me, but secretly loving every second of it. Oh god, is that foreshadowing? Ugh. Gonna have a little gangbang? And even though their banter is at my expense, I'm glad they're actually getting along. This could have totally been a different dynamic, but crap, they're effing dangerous together. Now I'm just upset we can't connect Zach's phone. I'd love to see the absolute trash he actually listens to. This car ride is awkward. How do you even break something like this anyway? I fiddle with the system, trying to see if it was actually broken. Knowing Brayden has an inability to functionally work our room thermostat, it could just be on the wrong setting. During an end-of-year high school party, I was gonna get it fixed. Wait. During an end-of-the-year high school party, I was gonna get it fixed once I was at college, but this is only the second term. But this is only the second time I've driven, so there's not been much rush. Why can't I read? Ask more? I guess we'll hear about this high school party. I can't deny the thought of Brayden at a high school party piques my interest, my mind wandering back to the bar and a surprising competency with the drink menu. I look over to Mikhail, who glances back at me with elevated eyebrows. Not gonna lie, I want to know more about this party, B. Yeah, man, you never talk about your high school days. It's not that interesting of a story, guys. It was just a normal high school party in the woods on the outskirts of town. This already sounds 1,000 times more eventful than my entire high school existence. Y'all remember Ernie? You sure do? Yeah, it's been a while. He was pretty sexy, though. I guess I don't talk about high school much either. I wasn't bullied or anything, but it's hard to really get close to people when your entire lifestyle is smoke and mirrors, specifically designed to keep people from getting close to you. Sure, having that flexible personality allowed me to socialize with just about anyone. I had friends, but it never stopped me from really questioning whether any of them were real friends without actually knowing the real me. Deep down, I think I want someone to really know everything about me, and then see if they stick around after. That's the intimacy I think I truly desire. You were a loner in high school? I was a loner in my entire life, so... We really need to get you guys to a real college party! My heart does a swan dive into my stomach. The thought of an actual college party rockets my social anxiety into the stratosphere. I've always felt kind of awkward at parties. Don't know who to speak to and what to do while I'm there. You drink, dance, mingle, sex? Guess it depends on the type of party, though. It sounds like it could be fun. The conviction in my voice must have been questionable, because both Brady and Mikhail stare at me with cocked brows. I'd be lying if I said the thought of a college party didn't intrigue me, but the thought of going and actually going are two different things entirely. You literally don't have any friends right now? Basically same, Wicon. You know, you're not special. Mikhail flashes me that devilish smile of his, and I just know that I've just involuntarily added college parties to my bucket list. Crap. Sorry, man. Back to your story. Yeah, so I was just chilling with my ex. Oh my god, we're gonna hear about Brianna's ex, maybe? Uh-oh. And a few of my friends. We weren't huge drinkers and didn't go to many of the parties, but my ex convinced me to go because it was the last one before moving to college. For some reason, hearing Brayden mention his ex kind of sets me on edge. Like a past life that I'm somehow tearing him away from in some corrupt way. A group of us had my car... Oops, I keep messing the voices. You bet he experimented while drunk? I don't know. A group of us had my car doors open and we were just standing around keeping to ourselves. My ex wanted to dance, but I can't effing dance for crap and didn't really want to be there in the first place. I'm so giving you dance lessons later. I'd pay to see that. Huh, right? But for real though, she used to drive me crazy, dragging me along to stuff I wasn't comfortable doing. We'd run into her ex constantly, and that guy was a total ass. Well, of course her ex was at this party, stumbling around all night, effed out of his mind on alcohol and pills. So we were just kinda keeping to ourselves when he spotted us. Stumbles over mumbling something under his breath and waving around this glass bottle. My ex tells him to beat it, and he just doesn't get the message. Please tell me you used those dope wrestling skills to drop this punk. F, I wish. Nah, he swung on me like some crazed, methed out zombie, but I just stepped aside and he fell over. So then he gets up pissed and flings his effing beer at me like a torpedo. I ducked, but of course it flies over my head and right into my car, exploding on my sound system like a skunky nuke. I've spilled a beer or two. I know how hard it is to get that smell out of crap. Bet everything reeks. Wait, what are you saying about me? But he keeps playing straight, says a lot about him? Wait a second. What does that mean? What does that mean about me? What are you saying about me, Wicon? Let's not talk about DMD. I still hate it. Hate that Kuro's tasteless. Oh my god, Wicon. DMD was terrible. Oh my god, don't even start with that. It was so boring. I'm sorry, nothing happens. It was boring. Bro, I can still smell it like it happened yesterday. All I could think about was how hard I worked for this car just to have him F it up with some watered down PBR. I'll be honest, I haven't fixed it because that's like all we did. My ex would get me to drive her around everywhere. The car was a status thing to her. She could be seriously overbearing and pushy. I was so used to hearing her music all the time that I kind of enjoyed the silence once it broke. But the drives, I kind of miss like this. I'm sorry the truth is so hard to hear, Wicon. I'm sorry, okay? Noise is the best? Ugh, come on. There were like 2 sex scenes in the whole game, and they were not very good. And I'm still pretty pissed that they were literally censored. It was just, And the moaning in that game was a nightmare. It was a real nightmare. And the story, God, how could you not? I fell asleep during that story, guys. Come on. Be real. And before you guys ask, I don't mind driving you guys. Or when Zach and I went shopping. That was fun. You guys at least appreciate it, and you're fun to be around. She was just demanding. I stare at Mikhail, unsure of what to say. How do you even respond to that? Shut up, you're triggered. Oh, we'll get triggered. You can still go on drives, man. Zach would be up for it, right? The voice acting is perfect. Oh, Wakan, you're too funny. An elbow digs into my shoulder blade before Mikhail retreats to the back seat again. Of course. I grin sheepishly, calling a ceasefire to the raging war in my mind. Brayden glances back at me, a slight grin creeping its way onto his lips. His eyes twinkle as the sunlight peeks between the trees. The way he holds himself, sometimes it's hard to know where I stand. There's always something just around the corner that blindsides me, and I keep finding myself holding back. Kuro has trouble sympathizing with DMMD? I don't want him to sweep me off my feet if I don't know for certain he'll catch me. My feet are killing me. I've been driving for hours. Are we nearly there yet, man? I am the only BL game player that hates DMMD. You're the weird one here. Okay, you want to hear some mad truth? DMMD is on the same level. I found it as enjoyable. That is to say, I found it as painful as Seiyudanshi. They're equal in my mind. Prove me wrong. Change my mind. My feet are killing me. I just read that. Hold on. Let me check. Mikhail pulls out his phone and slides his finger across the screen. The light shines against his smooth, dark skin. It's insane how perfect it looks. I wish I had the same genes, but I feel like almost everyone is like that. We all want to have qualities we see in others. You never cared about any of the boys in Dramatical Murder? Well, finally, someone I can agree with. Suddenly, Mikhail's phone begins to vibrate, and his eyes roll to the back of his head. Nothing could be as bad as Seiyudanshi. Give me a sec. I need to take this. Mikhail answers, and a woman's voice begins to ramble incoherently. I watch as he raises an eyebrow, just listening to the woman silently until she finishes. I think I made Bakan mad. He hasn't said anything. Nice to speak to you too. Whoever was on the other end of the phone seriously didn't appreciate his sarcastic tone. The rambling increases in volume along with the distance of the phone from his ear to avoid tinnitus. What? Oh, okay, where would I put To Trust an Incubus? I like To Trust an Incubus. It was fun. It was a really fun series. I enjoyed it. Above both of those. I didn't tell you because I haven't decided yet. She shouldn't have mentioned anything. I can't hear her crap. What do you mean, watch my language? I'm effing 12. I'm effing 19. My eyes suddenly lock with Brayden, so we realize Mikhail is talking to his mom, who's screaming like an effing banshee. Mikhail seems to be taking it though, like it wasn't anything new to him. To trust an incubus was funny but wasn't fun. I think it was fun. I think it was funny. I think it was not that hot, but it was fun and funny. Look, I'll let you know when I decide. I'm kind of busy at the moment and I'm with some friends who can probably hear you. I'll call you later. He hangs up the phone, abruptly punctuating the end of the conversation with a heavy sigh before he returns to the online map. Can we pretend that didn't happen? The question is rhetorical, and it seems directed at no one in particular. Neither of us answers. Not far now, just take a left at the next junction and it's a straight road there. Should be arriving in about 10 minutes. TTI is trash, your playthrough was kind of interesting, but the game itself is not good. The first sex scenes are good, but it goes downhill. I don't know, Vicon, you're kind of sleeping on it. It was really, I think the game was really, I had a lot of fun playing it. I don't care what anyone says, it was a lot of fun. Without another word, he slips his phone. Why am I not reading this in the right voice? Without another word, he slips his phone back into his pocket and sits back, his head resting against the wall. He doesn't meet my gaze and just stares out of the back window into the distance. The car veers left at the junction and follows another narrow lane with trees on either side. My intent for today was to make sure Brayden bonded with Mikhail, so that he had someone else to talk to. Saji's route was the only one that didn't divulge into nonsense. As we drive the last few miles in awkward silence, the passing forest becomes an allegory for what just happened with Mikhail. On the outside it's lush green, alive and beautiful. But as my eyes begin to focus, I begin to notice imperfections and shrouded darkness that begs exploration. I never once thought Mikhail might need someone too. All the times he's been there for me, I feel kind of selfish that I've not asked about him more. And I suddenly realize that there's probably a reason that Mikhail has the knowledge that he does at the age of 19. After all, there's only two ways to get wisdom, through poor decisions or experience. Sometimes, the people with the most insight are the ones that have been through the most crap. The forest opens into a sandy expanse. Rolling hills of sand peppered with tufts of sparse grass stretch across the horizon. The hills pass in a blur as hints of blue peaks between the passing mounds. Hey, was that the water? Yep, that's it. Parking is just up ahead on the right there. Woo, we're here. Brayden pumps the brakes, steering the car into the small parking lot. You guys are lucky. I like you. I can't believe you have me parking my car in friggin' sand. I can't believe you don't have a working radio in the car you're so effing extra about. Hunter's a replaceable twink. He is very replaceable. I don't like Hunter. Shade! Brayden pulls the car to a slow stop. Get the F out! We're at the beach, everyone! Oh my god, this is gonna be so good, I bet. Probably, maybe. But I guess we will end the stream here.